Welcome in the sewing room. I'm glad y'all are here with me. I am. I've been sitting here drawing us out a pattern. Can y'all tell what it is? What does it look like? What does it look like? A little bunny rabbit. Yeah, it's a little bunny rabbit. We're going to make some Easter placemats. I had to drew him out and I had to make him bigger. I had to make sure a plate would fit on here. And I'm going to put a little pocket over here so we can put our knife, our fork, and our spoon in there. Yes, we are. We're going to make cute little bunny rabbits. Cute little bunny rabbits for us to use on our Easter table. So are y'all ready? I'm ready. Let's get going. We're going to quilt them. Got to put something in the middle of them, you know. Got to have something fun in the middle. Need some white for his tail. We've got this pink plaid here for his ears and our little pocket maybe. Got this solid green right here. It's kind of a heavy canvas. A denim-y. I don't know what you call it. It's a canvas. I don't know that you call it a denim, but it's the weight of denim. That's what I'm trying to get through to y'all. And then we've got this real pretty floral. Isn't that pretty? Won't that be pretty for Easter? Doesn't that just look like Easter? I think that just looks like Easter to me. So we've got all these. Don't they look pretty together? Got all these fabrics here laid out, and we've got our batting. And we're going to make 4 of these. 4, because there's 4 in my family that will be here to eat on Easter. There'll be 4 of us. So, with all that being said, let's get started. I'm going to put this pattern, scan it, and put it in my Etsy store for you all. It'll be a couple dollars. Not much, just a couple, $3. But what you have to do, these pieces come, and I've got to add my pocket on here before I rescan it in. They come like this. You'll have 4 pieces. See, both of these say body B. See, like this? And you're going to overlap these just like this, and you find your marks and your words because it's all been written out together at one time, and it'll all fit together just like that. Tape it together and cut it out. Okay? You've got 2 for one side and 2 for the other. Right here. And this is the front part, is body A. Same thing. I think that's the original. Yeah, that's the original. Here we go. Here's the other side of this one. Right here. Same thing. Put these on there just like this. Line them up to where the words match. Tape them together, cut them out. This right here on this body A is where this line right here on body B fits in there. Okay? And I got to go back and put our, and there's those. You just cut those out. Got to go back and add in our pocket placement, because I just drew it on here. Had to cut me out a circle to make sure my plates would all fit. Make sure I had it big enough, because I don't like a placemat that's not big enough for your plate. I've seen them and they're not big enough, and I'm like, I want to be able to set my plate and my silverware on my placemat. So I made us one that's big enough to do that. If you want it smaller, downsize it. So it's up to you. If you want to make a great big one and put it in the center of your table, make it even bigger. Okay? So that's up to you. Real easy peasy. This is going to be a super easy project. Real easy peasy project to do. Yes, it is. Super easy. It's just kind of like making a little pillow, because that's really what we're doing, is making us a little pillow. All right. So we need to cut out 4 backs. Can we get them all on here? I don't think we can. We'll have to turn it this way. So I'm just going to try to cut me off a piece here. I need 4 of these. Alright, so I'm going to cut this about right down here. Well, I don't believe these scissors would not cut hot butter. There's something wrong with them. So in the trash they go. I'm not keeping scissors around that will not cut. No, no indeed. I've got some other new ones over here. I think I'm going to have to get them out. I do, because those are dull too. It's what happens. It is. When everybody gets up here in your sewing space and they get your sewing scissors. Oh my goodness, that, is really bad. What did I do with my little clip for the end of this? Do y'all see it somewhere? Y'all probably see it and I just don't. Oh well, I'll do this for now and I'll get another one later before I put that back away. Alright, let me grab some other scissors. I'll be right back. Alrighty, we're ready to cut out here. Got me some other scissors. Turn y'all down just a little bit so you can see good. These are brand new scissors and they're not worth a flip, you all. They're brand new. They will not cut anything back in here. You have to cut way up here on the end. You have to cut too much. It's not worth it. Alright, we need 4 backs, 4 fronts, okay, because we're going to make 4 placemats, right? We need 4 backs and 4 fronts. And for this, I'm going to pull this over here like this, get it all lined up here straight. And I got these 4 thicknesses right here. And I'm going to pin it. Y'all know I don't like to pin. No, I don't. But for this, I'm going to pin. So I hold my pattern good. Okay? Alright, now then we're going to cut these out. You want to make sure that you know where your little tail goes. So I'm going to cut little notches right here. And I'm going out with my notches, not in. That way, see how I did that? Right there, I cut little notches. And if any of y'all have ever made clothes, you know on your seams, they give you notches. So that's what those are called, are notches. And they give you places to make sure you've got things lined up correctly and so forth. Alright, so this is a little hard to cut out all 4 at one time, but I like to do things quick. I do. Same thing with my ears. I'm going to put a couple little notches right here. So to know that right here is where my ears go. Y'all, this would make a cute little pillow as well. This pattern would make an adorable little pillow. I might have to make us one to put in the kitchen window where Mr. Andy sits all the time. That would be cute, wouldn't it? Alright, there we go. Y'all know I'm going to save that because I'll throw it over here in the scraps, right? See, there's where his ear goes. There's where his tail goes. Y'all see my notches? See them? Looks like little cat ears, doesn't it? Alright, now then we've got to take the same pattern and cut out our fronts. And we're going to make those with the floral. And y'all, I will lay this on a white tablecloth or maybe a pink tablecloth for Easter. Okay, there's our backs. And here's our fronts. Maybe a pink tablecloth. What do y'all think about that? Alright, let's see. We need to cut out 4 of these. There's 1, 2. We'll cut this off right here. I'm going to give y'all measurements. It's how much you need here in just a minute. Because I'm going to measure this piece right here. Okay. Okie doke. Now then, fold this up. It can go back on its little mini bolt right here. And I'll do that in a few minutes. Alright. So, you need 26 inches. So let me write this down right here. Alright, that'll make 4 of these. This won't be quite as hard to cut because it's not as heavy. You can notch this, but since you've got notches on the back for his tail, you really don't have to. Okay, you just need the placement either on the front or the back for the tail and the ears. Okay? Okay, there's just some more scraps for our scrap bin. We'll have to get us a bigger scrap bin, you all. Alright, there's our body. Won't he be so precious? Just so precious. Oh, they're going to turn out so stinking cute. Yes, they are. Alright, for our tail, you know bunnies have white tails, right? So we need to cut, for 4 of these, we need to cut 8 pieces. So we need to cut this twice. Let's see what we can do here with this piece. Okay. And I'm going to stick this down with a little bit of glue because, you know, that's just easier for me than getting out a pen, because Lord knows I hate to pin. I don't know about you all, but I just do not like to pin things. You can use a little piece of fleece, a little piece of minky, something like that if you want to for this tail. I don't want to because they'll be washed quite a bit. I want to be able to wash them and clean them good. So I'm just using white cotton. But if you're not going to be really using them per se, and you just want them for looks, then I would use a minky or a, you know, a white fleece or something like that. Okay, there's our tails. Alright, now our ears. We need the same amount of ears. Although we need 2 ears, we need 4 ears. Let's see. Let's get us some solid pink too. Let's use this really light pink right here. No, that's white. I don't want that. I want a pink. Let's see which one of these looks the best. I've got 2 different pinks. Really? That one. That one right there. So, we need 8 of these and 8 of these because we're going to make the back of our ears the solid pink. Okay? 8 and 8. Alright, so we're going to cut 2 and 2, and then we'll cut 2 and 2 more. Okay, make sure that's not stuck. Y'all, when I do this, I give myself plenty of room to cut, usually. Because I know I'm going to be able to use my scraps in something else. I mean, y'all know I use my scraps all the time. So, we need to cut 2 more ears, or 4 more ears. And then, we got to cut the same amount out of the solid pink. I've got some other fun Easter projects we're going to do. Cute little sewing Easter things. I want to make this Easter basket. Got a couple different ideas for that. So y'all stay tuned because Easter's coming. Easter's coming. Easter's coming. Alright. Now then, this can also go back there in the scraps. Alright, let's cut out this. We only need... Alright, let's see if we can cut this way. You can trace these if you want to. Alright, there's our ears. Got it all cut out now. It's all cut out, ready to go. Okie doke, are y'all about ready? I am. The only thing we did not cut was our pocket. And let's see, what are we going to do our pocket out of? We could do a solid pink. Let's decide here. We could do solid pink for the pocket, which would go right there. Or we could do the plaid. Well, let's see if we've got something else. I don't know that we do. I really do not know that we have anything else. We've got a smaller pink plaid. But those don't go well together. They're fighting each other. What if we did it orange and made it look like a carrot? What do y'all think about that? If we did it orange and look like a carrot. We might just make some of those separate. Some little carrots. Cutie little carrots. We might. Y'all just never know what's going through my little brain up here, because there's all kinds of crazy ideas all the time. Just whirling around. I think we will do our pocket maybe just out of this, because I've got plenty of that right here that we can cut from our scraps. So let's cut our pockets, and we need them to be, we need 4 of them. And we need them to be, I'm thinking. And for this, I probably am going to use a rotary cutter. We need 4. Can I cut all 4 of them right across here? I think I can. Yay, I think I can do it. I think I can. Alright. We're going to cut our pockets. I'm going to even this up right here. Square this corner off. Make sure we're all lined up and we're good and square. Trim that off. Y'all, this is on the fold. This right here is the folded side of this, okay? This is on the fold. So, let's square this up, and then I'm going to tell y'all how I'm going to cut these. Okay? Alright, I'm going to cut them 3.5 inches wide and 4.5 inches tall. I can barely get that right there. That's what I've got right there. So we'll cut 3.5, and that's 2. And we'll cut another 3.5, and that's 4. Okay, so let's go to 4 inches. everything's lined up like it's supposed to be. Oh, I was going to cut them 4 1/2. Well, y'all, let's try again. We'll cut them 3 1/2. We'll cut them 4 by 5. Let's do that. 3 1/2 by 5. That's 3 1/2. And here is 3 1/2. Okay. Now we're going to cut them 5. 3 1/2 by 5. Y'all write that down. Because Lord knows I won't remember it. 3 1/2 by 5. Yes, that looks like a better size. Because we've got to put a little seam in it. No worries. These pieces all go back into the scraps. Nothing is lost there. Nothing was lost. Alright, we got 4 pockets. Like I said, this is on the fold. So this is our pieces. Right like this. And what we'll do is we'll come in here and we'll sew this down this side, then we'll turn it all the way around. We'll sew it boom, boom, and boom. Okay? And then our pocket will be nice and finished on the inside as well. Okay, there's our little pockets. Y'all, I'm getting so excited about these. They're going to be so cute. I'm getting so excited. These are just going to be absolutely the cutest little bunny placemats ever. Alright, one thing we have not cut is this right here. And we need 4 pieces of this to go in our bunny. Okay, we need 4 pieces. Let's come back here. I'm about to lose all my little pieces I've cut. We need 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. That won't cut that way, but it will cut this way. So let's see if these scissors will cut this good. There we go. And y'all, I buy crib size of this a lot of times if I'm going to use it like for things like this or whatever. If I'm not doing a whole big quilt, I get the crib size because it's easier to deal with. If you get the great big ones, yeah, they are a little bit cheaper. But my gosh, you've got the size of a big quilt that you're trying to fold and manipulate and maneuver, and it's really hard if you're just trying to get small pieces. Or at least I think it is. So, alright, let's see if we can fold this to where we can cut all 4 of these at one time. Yes, you know me. I like to make it quick. Trying to get us quick projects to do. Alrighty. Now then. And I can. I believe I can cut all 4 of these at one go. Alright, here you go. am cutting this a little bit larger than my other piece. Matter of fact, you can just cut squares and then quilt it and then cut it out, which might have even been a better idea. But I wasn't thinking like that. Alright, here we go. This is all cut out. Our fronts, our backs, our pockets, our tails, and our ears. Bada bing, bada boom, we've got them all cut out. It took us about 20 minutes, 25. Alright, so this is how we're going to put it together. Alright, I'm going to quilt this. You don't have to. But I'm going to just a little bit. Just the slightest little bit here. Just going to lay this down on top. Just like this, and I'm going to kind of clip it around the edges just to kind of hold it in place a little bit, okay, so that it won't be slipping and sliding. You could have done this, quilted the whole fabric and then cut them out. Got a long armor and that's what you want to do, I say do it. You know, it comes to mind, there used to be a fabric store, local, that sold a lot of decorator fabrics, and they sold a lot of upholstery fabrics. And I remember, it's been a hot minute, I remember I was making bedding for my mother when I moved out. She redid my bedroom, it was beautiful, the way she did it. And I was making a daybed cover. You couldn't buy a daybed cover. And she bought the most beautiful daybed. And I still have it. It's downstairs. And it was solid iron. It was not one of these little metal ones. It was iron. It's got hearts. It's just beautiful. Just gorgeous bed. But you couldn't buy a daybed cover. And if you could, it wasn't the color that would go in this room. She had this room in a mauve pink and a burgundy and so forth. And she had some wallpaper that she had gotten where she worked that was left over. It was decorator wallpaper. And she hung that and painted. This room was just really beautiful. But she couldn't find a daybed cover or whatever. Anywho, back to my story. Make a long story longer is what I'm doing, right? I made her a daybed cover, and we wanted quilted fabric. And I bought fabric at this place and had them to quilt it. I remember that. They quilted the fabric for me. I bought a cotton, polished cotton fabric and had them quilt it. And then I had the same fabric that I used for the curtains. Yep, that's what I did. And I don't know of anywhere that you can even, I don't even know of a place locally anymore that I can buy decorator fabric. Hobby Lobby used to carry a little bit. They don't carry it anymore. Upholstery fabric, decorator fabric. Hancock's carried it. Joann's carried a very tiny amount. I don't know where you can even buy stuff if you want to make anything but a quilt or something with some cotton fabric. Or a print like this, a lightweight print, maybe a knit. Wedding gowns, I don't even know where you buy that. I guess you'd have to order it all, and then you don't get to see it, and then, you know. I don't know. If y'all know where to get stuff like that, let me know, because, you know, I used to do all kinds of home decor sewing, but it's just not convenient anymore. And prices are so that it's expensive, and it's really not feasible unless it's just something you really need an odd color, or you find a fabric that you just absolutely love. So alrighty, here are our main bunnies. Now I'm going to quilt these just a little bit. And y'all see these polka dots on here? This just occurred to me. I think I'll quilt them just polka dots, just these polka dots. They just kind of go in like they're lined up. I'll show you, and we'll draw our lines on here. You don't need a whole lot of quilting, but you do. I do want a little bit, because I think the quilting is pretty. To me, a quilt is pretty pieced, but once you get it quilted and washed and all that kind of just gets together, that's the beauty of a quilt. The people that make quilts and never wash them, I'm not a fan. I like them washed. All right, let's get because I'll wash these, y'all. So, water-soluble marker. See this? That just goes right down through there. Right down through the center of those dots. See that? That'll just quilt that right like that. Uh-oh, I missed. I'm just going to go one way. No need to go both ways. One way is just fine, and hopefully they'll all be going the same way. I'm just going to draw this on one of them so y'all can see what I'm doing. Then I'm going to take these over here to the machine and can y'all see that? Those blue lines. I just found me a pattern in the fabric that I could quilt by. If you're using a gingham fabric, use the squares, you know, just whatever kind of little pattern is already on your fabric. That's usually the best, the easiest to quilt, okay? So let me get these quilted. That's our first step, okay? This is our first step. We're going to quilt these 4 little placemats, or 6 or 8 or 10 or 16 or 24 or however many you're going to make. That's your first step, okay? So I'll be back here in just a few minutes when I get this done. Alrighty, I got these quilted. And in the process of quilting these, I realized something. When I had my fabric folded, it was folded wrong sides together. So it reversed. So I've got 2 bunnies facing this way and 2 bunnies facing this way. But you know what? That's fine, because I will put them on the table facing each other on each side of the table, and they will just be precious that way. So I've got these 2 bunnies that go this way, and then I've got 2 bunnies that go this way. So when I put them on the table, they're going to face each other. 2 on each side. And they will be just perfect that way. And if there happen to be more of us, I've got some other placemats I'll put on the end, because my table will in the kitchen will seat 6. So I've got some more that'll go with these. It'd be perfect, just perfect. Okay, now then, we got to do our ears. And I've got the lining or the solid pink, and I've got the plaid. They go pretty side to pretty side, right sides together. And we're going to sew all the way around the edge. We're not going to sew the bottom. We're going to sew here and here. Can y'all see that? We're going to sew up this way, pivot here, and sew back down this way. Same thing with the tail. 2 pieces together, pretty side to pretty side, around here. Leave the very bottom open. Okay, I'm going to sew all these. You've got 4 tails and 8 ears. Okay, so I'll be back here in just a minute. All right, I got all those sewn all the way around. You probably can't see this, but I'm going to take these little bitty scissors and I'm going to go in here and clip this seam all the way around. Bring y'all up here and bring you way down here close so you can maybe see what I'm doing. You do not want to clip all the way to your seam, but you want to clip it so that it will turn pretty. Okay? Trim that off, that point off, and then clip back down the other side. I'm clipping it pretty close, which I'm probably clipping it too close, or it doesn't need to be that close. All right, we're going to do that with all those, and then we're going to turn them just like this. And I've got this little thingy right here. It's a little turner thingy. I don't know what you call it. Turner thingy is all I know. And you can just push this out, push your seam out. Do not use your scissors. You will poke a hole in it. And then you're going to cry, because you're going to have to start all over. All right, and then we're going to press them. Got this nice little wool pressing mat right here. Okay, there's one of our ears, right like that. There's one ear. All right, let's do the same thing with our little tail. We're just going to clip all the way around here so that it will turn pretty and make a pretty little cottontail. Yeah, Peter Rabbit, Peter Cottontail, right? Take your little thingy. A chopstick works. Anything that's got like a smooth edge works. And we're going to press it. Okay? All right, let me get these done and pressed, and I'll be back. All right, let me turn y'all up this a little bit here. All right. Now then, got all those ready. Now then, this is where we add these to this piece, which is our back piece. Okay? Here's this little tail, goes right here. And we're going to lay it to the inside. Okay? Going to lay it right like this, between our notches. And his ears go right here between those notches. This one goes like this. This one is shorter. It goes like this. As a matter of fact, I'm going to cut part of them off because I want them to lay like this. I want his ears to be like this. I don't want them to be the same height. I want them to be like this. Okay? So, I'm going to cut this off like that, so that when I lay his ears down, they go right along the edge. Okay, I'll show y'all that again. There's one. Alright, his tail, easy peasy, raw edges together. Tail lays to the inside. Got it clipped there, okay? Now then, for his ears, you'll see good? Right here. Alright, let me show you. This is the way I want his ears to look, okay? One a little bit shorter than the other one, okay? This is the way I want his ears to look. So, in order to make them fit right across here, so that I know I'm putting it in the right place, I'm going to cut that one off, just like that. Did I do that right? Yes, they go down here just like this, and then they come up. Yes. Okay, right like this. And we're going to clip them. Alright, now these bunnies need to face the other direction. Okay? So, they need to face this way. I don't guess it really matters in doing this because, well, yeah, it does, because this has to go on the right side. Okay, there's our tail. Now then, let's get our ears. These two ears go like this. Alright, now then, one more bunny. One more little bunny. And then we're going to do our pockets. Put them on the front side. Okay? And then we'll sew them around and we'll be done. These will be all finished. Yes, they will. Lay them down here the way you want them. Okay? Flip them over. Cut them off. Then lay them down like this. And clip them on there. There we go. Alright, now then, let's do our pockets. Here are our pockets. And for our pockets, we are going to stitch down both sides. Straight stitch, both sides. And then we're going to turn them around, okay? So I'm going to straight stitch 1/4 inch seam down both sides. Not across the bottom, just the sides, okay? Okay, I got those sewn. I've got 3 of them already turned. I'm going to turn them right side out. Do not use your scissors for your points. You want to use your turner thingy or a chopstick or something that's not real pointy, because you don't want to poke a hole in it. Okay, now then, we are going to press these down, but we're also going to turn that in just like that across the bottom, just pretty and straight, just like that. See that? Just turn that under, and that might be about 1/2 inch. And we're going to press them. I'm going to get my handy dandy little iron here. It's cordless. I can just wheel it around everywhere. And we're going to press that. just like that. We're going to do all 4 of these. And you want to get them about the same size. I'm turning it in about 1/4 of an inch, maybe a little more. Put this over there so it can get hot again, heat up again. You want to turn them before you press them because it's easier to turn. Okay? It's easier to turn down if you do it before you press it. All right. A big stretch there, but I got it. Oh, I didn't get that one pushed out all the way. Now then, put a little steam on it. See if they're all about the same size. No, this one's a little bit longer. So once you press it, it's harder to get it to turn and stay where you want it. So I should have measured it before I pressed it. But I didn't, and it's okay. It's not the end of the world. No, it is not. All right. Now then, we've got all 4 of our little pockets. Alrighty, now then, we've got to put our pockets on our little bunnies. And we're going to do that on the fronts of our bunnies. And I'm going to mark this just like this. Hopefully I can get that through there. Let me take a pin, poke a pin in it. Make a little tiny hole right there so that I can see where I want my pocket to be. And I'm going to mark this for y'all on your pattern, so don't fret. Don't fret, okay? Don't fret. I will get it marked for you all. Okay, right here we go. Right there. And there's our little dots. Alright. This pocket will go right here. In the open part, you want to make sure you've got it turned down. Okay? And actually, I'm going to turn this up a little bit more because my pocket's a little bit longer than I wanted it. So I'm going to have to do this on all of them, but that's okay. This is very adjustable. Now then, let's see. A little bit more even. Let's just do this right here. Lay it right there. Right here is where you want it to turn. How's that? That's quite a bit, but you know what? That's okay. Just gives it a little more stability considering it's going to hold silverware. That looks about as crooked as a dog's hind leg. Now then, I believe that works. Like I said, your opening, you want to be faced on the bottom because we're going to sew here, here, and here. All right? And we're going to pin this on here, just like this. Alrighty, got all of our little pockets pinned on. Now then, I'm going to go sew them this way, across the bottom, and back up the top. And don't stick yourself with the pin, okay? Down, across, and up. And these face this way, because I got my bunnies backwards. But that's okay. I embrace the unusual. I do. Alright, I'll be back here in just a second as soon as I stitch these. Just top stitch them on. Alright, here we go. Now then, we're going to lay these pretty side to pretty side. Make sure our pieces are all on the inside. Okay? Make sure they're all on the inside. And we're going to clip them all together. All the way around. Okay? Make sure you got all this right here lined up. Probably should have trimmed all that, but I didn't. Got his tail out of whack. Let's get his tail back on here where it goes. Got it. And we're going to leave us a place to turn them through, okay? Right here, I'm going to leave a little opening. Right here. On each one of them so we can flip him around, okay? Just get it all lined up. You're not lining up your batting, you're lining up your two pieces of fabric. We'll make us a little mark here so we know where to start and stop. And we're going to sew this with a little more than a 1/4 inch seam. We're not going to do a whole 1/2 inch seam, but a little more than a 1/4 to make sure that we get all this caught all the way around, okay? Because we want to make sure that we get all this all the way around. So I'm going to come in here and sew a little bit more. Matter of fact, let's just trim this off and see. We might just do better if we trim them first. Matter of fact, I think we will, just to be honest with you. So I'm going to say trim this. Trim off your excess batting after you get it quilted, okay? You do not have to use a heavy fabric for the back. You can use quilter's cotton for front and back of this. You do not have to use the other. I'm using it because I have it and it matches. If you have it and it matches and you want to use it, then I say use it, okay? Alright, here we go. Let's see what we can do with this one now. And then I'll probably trim those off too, so I can really see where things are going. Yeah. Get it all clipped here. Now then, that does do a little bit better. Put our marks so we don't forget to start and stop on his boutate right there. Alright, I'm going to trim all these up and then I'm going to stitch them. We're going to turn them right side out, okay? So I'll be back here in just a minute. Alright, I've got them all sewn and we're turning them right side out. Okay, turning them right side out. You want to make sure you leave the hole that you're turning it through big enough to put your hand in, okay? Make sure you leave it big enough to get your hand in. Because you have to get your hand in here and get all this right here pushed out. Let's see. And I'm clipping all the edges, all the seams. You want to clip them so that it'll turn pretty. All your curves will turn pretty. Okay. Then I'm using my little turner thingy here. I don't know what it's called. I don't know if it even has a name. I just call it my little turner thingy. Alright, and I did put some little pleats in the ears so they didn't just lay completely flat. I put a few little pleats in there, and I'll kind of mark that for y'all on your pattern so you'll know to put you some little pleats. I need to stick that back in there. Okay, there's that. We got one more. And I'm using my ragging scissors to clip this because it's kind of heavy. Do not clip where you left your opening. You want to clip kind of right up to the seam, but you want to make sure you're not clipping the seam, okay? Because if you clip the seam, then you've got a hole and you got to turn it around and you got to go back and you got to do it again, and then nobody's happy. I had to turn the ears on one of them around. I had them turn wonky. So we do not want to have to trim them. And I'm trimming this where it's real bulky, where the ears and things were, so that it won't be quite so bulky. Clip that through, but I didn't. Yay! I'm using my fingers as much as possible to poke this through, okay? Then there comes a point where you just turn it. and it just all comes out, okay? So that's when you have to stick your hand in there. This hole's not quite big enough. I got my hand in there, but it was come up through here like this. Just like that. Alrighty. Some of them are, these ears are kind of a little backward. They're fine. They're fine. We're not going to sweat the ears because honestly, it's okay. Make sure you get this all poked out good all the way around like that. You want to turn this under right here, both pieces. Turn it toward the inside just like that. And we're going to put some clips on it, because we're going to top stitch all the way around our little bunny, all the way around this outside edge of this bunny rabbit. We're going to top stitch in about 1/8 of an inch. And the reason we're doing that is so that when doing that backwards, y'all, so that when he's washed, he won't fold up in the middle, you know. So make sure we've got this all out good all the way around. You can take this and just kind of pull it just like that. Get all your little curves. And then we're going to turn it in. Just like that. Put a clip on it. Alright, I am going to do this and top stitch all the way around. Y'all know what? Then they're finished. Look at this cute little bunny rabbit. Your plate will sit right here. And let me get my board so y'all can see. Get the big one over here. Let me dust her off. These are the best things in the world to dust off this stuff like this with, y'all. Alright, here's our bunny. Look at that. Isn't that just as cute as it can be? Your plate will go here, your silverware and napkin can go in there. And then you're ready to go for Easter. Hippity hoppity, hippity hop, hippity hop, hippity hop. Here comes Peter Cottontail hopping down the bunny trail. There's our Easter bunnies. Alright, let me stitch them up and then I'll show it to you once I get it stitched. Alright, and just like that, we have our little bunnies. I'm just going to show y'all 2 of them here. Right like this. This is the way they'll go on the table. My board's not big enough, I know. But there they are. Aren't they cute? And y'all, if you make mistakes like I did in cutting these, just embrace it and figure out a way to use it. Just go with it. A mistake is only a mistake if you don't want it to be that way. Okay? So when you're creating, take your mistakes that you're like, uh-oh, and go, well, I can just do this, and it works fine. Just like my bunnies. All I had to do was say, I'll just put either two of them facing the same way on each side of the table or face them together. Either way. And they work just fine. And I think they are just absolutely precious. Your plate goes here. Your silverware goes here. Isn't he cute? Look at his little ears. And in the pattern directions, I'll tell you all to pleat. Pull these together and just pleat them up. Rather than just lay them flat. Thought it just gave him a little more dimension. Here, I'll put this in there for our knife, our fork, and our spoon. See, they'll just slide right down in there. Knife, fork, and a spoon, and a plate. There you go. There's our bunny placemats for our Easter table. I'm so excited. I think they turned out so cute. I do, and I love my fabric choices. And like I said, if you're not going to plan to wash them much or whatever, use just some Minky for his little cotton tail. Would be real cute. Or even some felt. Give it a little more. But since I'm going to be washing mine and we're going to use them, I decided to go with cotton. But I will try to put this pattern in the Etsy store for you all to buy for, like I said, just a few dollars. It just helps me out a little bit because it takes time to create these patterns and get them all worked out and all the bugs worked out of them, and then I make y'all a video for them. So just takes a little bit to get them all together, and just kind of helps me out just a little bit. And so I will see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.